Hey everyone, I know this probably wasn't the video you were expecting next, but I need to get back into the groove of editing videos and using the tools. So to that end, I wanted to make this short demonstration video on how to put nocking points on a bowstring. Nocking points on a bowstring serve as a reference point for consistently placing an arrow on the string in the same place every time. This is important because it keeps your arrow in a straight line while resting it on your hand for shooting. I'll be demonstrating this on my new 35-pound recurve bow, modeled after a Mongolian horse bow. I want to say I did do a bit of research and testing of this bow before I really started using it on the range. And I believe buying random bows from eBay comes with a certain amount of risk. This specific bow comes from a Chinese-based company selling on toparchery.com and on eBay. When the bow first got here, I strung the bow, pulled it back around 50 times, listening for any scary noises, just to make sure it held up. I did not dry fire it. It was just some initial testing to make sure it held together, because a large portion of the bow was wrapped in fancy fabric. The fabric prevents me from properly inspecting the bow to see if the bow is starting to crack anywhere, but the fabric and the wrapping that's on the bow might offer some protection if the bow does break by not allowing wood splinters to fly everywhere. Now, I'm always in favor of being able to see the entirety of the bow that I am using, so I can confirm it is safe to fire before I start using it, but I really want this style bow, so I'm going to accept the risk and be sure to wear my shooting glasses while I use this bow. Later on I may try to cut off the fabric wrapping to see what's underneath, but I'll save that for later. So what I'm doing now is I want to place a marker where my hand normally rests. It feels good on the bow itself, because I'm going to need to know where that arrow is going to rest on my thumb, on my hand. You'll see it all in a minute, but I'm just getting a nice comfy grip, and then once I've got that figured out, I set the bow up like this between two balancing points, just to make it easier to work with the string and the bow square, and you guys will get a really nice view of how I tie on the nocking points. So next we're going to set up the bow T-square. And for this to work, what we're going to do is we're going to set it up on the string and make sure it is parallel to the marking we made earlier. So that long portion of it will, yep, right there. It'll be resting where the arrow itself would rest on the top of our hand. All right, what we have here is a close-up of the bow square. The 0 points down the shaft of the square that is parallel to your hand marking. We're going to want to set our first nock 1/4 inch above that. This is marked on the square as well. All right, I zoomed in very close for this shot so you can see how I tied the nocks on the string. By the way, I'm using wax dental floss for the nocks. You can't see right now because of the zoom, but I am placing the string at the 1/4 inch mark, and I'll work my way down the string, down the bowstring. You'll see a better shot of this after we're done tying this one nock on. You can see here after I tie the first knot, I'll take the shorter part of the string and press it against the bowstring, and then start wrapping the rest of my dental floss around that string downwards. After I wrap it down a bit, I take the excess dental floss, tie a little knot, and then I will make my way back up and down the string until the nock is thick enough where I don't have to look at the string every time, and I'm able to feel it when I'm trying to nock an arrow. Ending at the bottom, I'm going to make one more tie off. And from here, if we like what we got, we can just go ahead and cut off the excess dental floss and it'll be your first knock done. All right. With the bottom knock finished, I'm going to place an arrow on the bowstring to show me where I will start my second knock. We want to place the arrow in the same location every time, so the second knock should be close to the arrow, but not exactly on top of it. Allow a little wiggle room so you're not pressing the arrow over the knocking string accidentally when shooting. Camera went out of focus, I'll fix it there. And here we're just going to go through the same process for tying the string as we did before, but we'll be moving up the bowstring instead of down. And here we'll just do the final clipping on the second knock, because I like where it is. All done. Now before we're done, we're going to check out the knocks again, just to make sure they are where they need to be, make sure the arrow fits between them, nice and snug. There we go. Looks good to me, so we'll just do a quick pluck to make sure that slips right out. Perfect. And lastly, to make sure that these knocks stay in place, We're going to apply a little liquid CA glue and smear it around the nocks. CA glue is a little bit sticky. So I'm trying to make sure I get it on the nock and then below the nocks, not necessarily in between, because I don't want any residue when I'm trying to shoot. And there you have it, nocks in place. The finished product will look something like this. With bow in hand and arrow ready to fly, it'll look like this. You can see how the arrow is going to rest on the top of my thumb and have that same position available to me every time when I go to place an arrow and shoot. And that's it. I hope you found this helpful, and if you have any questions or want to see more archery-related content, let me know in the comments below.